All right, we are going to write this expression as an entire surd. Now, surd is also known as a radical. So if your textbook says radical, we'll call it radical. So some textbooks say surd, others say radical. Let me just write down radical. A radical is the same as a surd. That house there, that's the radical, that's the surd. Okay, we want to simplify it. Well, not simplify it, we want to express it as an entire surd. So how do we put this all under one house? We want to put it all under one house like that. How do we do that? Well, we want to find two numbers that multiply, right? And one of them has to be a square number. So it fits under here like that, A times B. So what two numbers? Well, one of them's got to be a squared number. We've got to square it, which is the 4. And if we square that, we can then put a house on top of it. Because if I square 4 squared, that equals 16, right? So 4 is equivalent to 16, the square root of it, right? So 4 is the same as the square root of 16 because the square root of 16 is 4. So we can replace that 4 with the square root of 16. So that means we're going to have two houses like this. So let's do that. So we have a house, we have another house. Now we drag down the 7, there it is. And that 4 is the same as square root of 16, so square root of 16. So that's exactly the same as that. Nothing has changed. We just introduced the house right there, the square root sign. So now these two guys, all we have to do is multiply them like that. They're separate, then put them together under the same house. So when we multiply them, they will go under the same house, and that'll be our answer because now it's an entire surd or an entire radical. So 16 times 7, what's that going to be? 16 times 7. 6 sevens are 42, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's going to give us 112. So 16 times 7 is 112. So 4 root 7 as an entire surd radical is the square root of 112.